Here we are, Peter Luciani, Lucy Gold Home Solutions. We're here in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. We are talking about the situation of flood surge, storm protection for your home. This is a condo complex here on one of the canals, a beautiful canal. During the past few seasons with these hurricanes, it's more about the storm surge and water rising from these canals in penetrating first floor condo homes. So what we're going to show you is our newest home solution. This is a lanai with a 6-foot slider. There's about 27 units here on this complex, and we have between a 6 and an 8-foot slider and a front door. What we're going to show you is the simplicity of this newest product line that Lucy Gold has brought to the market. Here's a simple frame. This frame is applied to your house, sealed accordingly. What we have here is a trim cap that's covering bracket supports that we're going to hang our shutters on. So the first thing we do in a situation, the storm's coming, everyone's getting nervous, no more have to rush and put all your panels up and you're in your home for days or a week waiting for a storm with no way to get out and you feel trapped in your home. So what we've done here is we're going to give you storm protection, but we're also going to give you some type of egress out of this complete enclosure to give you some self-satisfaction of I'm able to get out in the case of another emergency when you're in your home. So we're going to show you the simplicity of putting this together, the unit. First of all, you have a cap. This cap system is just clipped on to the existing brackets that are going to hold the panels. There's no screws or anything needed. It just removes, comes off. There's our cap. So this cap, everything's all aluminum and it's powder coated. So you're going to put your trim piece over. Next thing you're going to do is take these structural supports. So these structural supports are going to hold the panels. And there's a couple reasons for the structural supports. It holds the pressure of water and wind, and it also helps seal these panels, which I'll show you, that have 4 sides. You have pins hanging down from the upper frame. It just slides in. You're lining these up to the existing riv nuts that are part of the frame. You're going to apply 3 of these units in here. And these units have a gasket at the bottom, but not at the top. The top is just to keep it in place. And then the gasket drops down when you screw them. All right. So here's 3 frames. So these 3 structural supports cap will be holding the panels. So now, how do we put this on and keep it secure? All you need is a Phillips head or a Phillips head with a battery drill. Real simple. Everything lines up. You screw it down. You don't really have to screw it too tight. You're just giving a little pressure. We have just caused this gasket to compress, and you'll see the reason why we have to have the gasket on the bottom of those structural vertical supports. So we got certain screws here. You see how easy this is? Everything lines up. Everything's done with CNC machines, so everything lines up perfect. You see that's supported. Now, we're going to take each panel and we're going to show you on this unit, the entry door side panel is on the right. So we're going to apply, we have 4 panels. What we're going to do is apply the first panel that actually has a hinge on it. This is going to give you somewhat egress through. It's not a standard, say, 36 opening, but it gives you the ability to get it in and out in case of emergency. So if you're inside and these panels are all secure, how do you get out if there's a fire in your home while you're waiting for a storm to come? Now you'll be able to take this panel here with a hook, release it, you'll be able to come through. So now we're going to show you how easy the panels go in. We're going to do the first one that has the hinge. So as you see, we got a drop type pin hinge. This is going to line up and drop down. This takes a little bit just to get used to how these go on. And the panels weigh about 20 pounds. So we're just going to line it up. There, I dropped it on. You see how easy that was? Now you see how this door works. You're gonna see once we have this second panel on with a wing nut and washer, that's how you clamp it when you're time to leave. This has a gasket on all four sides. So if you look at this panel, you'll see a structural panel, four-sided gasket, and this is where the trick is. We have a frame and the structural supports line up. This gasket is gonna hit every side of this structure. So there's a pressure of a simple washer and wing nut, which you'll see, to compress that gasket a little bit, will seal that panel to this each individual opening. So now we'll take the another panel. You line them up. This was 4 panels. There you go. We just hung 4 panels. As you notice, these panels on a 6-foot slider are all equal size panels. So when you're storing them, you're not worrying about, geez, which panel fits where. All right. Now, there's a second process we have to do is these pieces here. So these are going to help on the sides. So these are designed to be removed so when this unit and the panels are off, you don't have these brackets penetrating out on into your lanai. So we designed these to be removed. So it's one more step, but it's a simple step. It doesn't take much time, and it gives you a cleaner look, as you noticed in the beginning, with a simple frame on your home. So again, you have all rib nuts that are built into the trim. You're gonna take your Phillips head screwdriver. There's 2 screws per setup here. We're gonna put another one down low. Give it a little snug, that's it. Since we have threaded rods coming through, this is where the washer's gonna go. So now we have these washers. These washers are gonna drop on and catch both panels. This is a simple wing nut. Goes on top. You just take it, you screw it on. Okay. Now, you don't have to give this a ton of pressure. All you have to do is snug it up. As you're gonna see, now when we're here, you feel that catch, you give it a little bit of extra snug, that's it. Second washer, down the bottom. The weight of the top dropping already compresses the gasket to this point. All we need is the wing nut here and here. So again, you're not stretching, you really don't need any ladders or any other props to help put this unit together. I'm gonna put the other 2 washers on there. You'll see how easy everything goes. We do the bottom. And a little bit of pressure holds it, that's all you need. Put another one on the bottom. We got the nice big wing nuts, so it's easier to with your fingers to pull. Now we don't want to put these 2 on yet until you're ready to leave. We're going to be able to add a little clip on here from inside to lock it, but you can leave this door operable. So here's your slider again from behind. You don't feel trapped in your home. If you need to get out, you're waiting for the storm. It could be a week ahead of time. You're able to get through, no problems. And at night, we're gonna put a hook on here. You'll be able to close it, and you'll be able to latch it on the inside at night. Now, the storm's coming, and you say, well, we just really should leave. You're gonna come outside. Again, the pressure, the way the hinge is designed, it automatically gives pressure to that side of that gasket. You're gonna close it, same thing. You're gonna put the wing nut on. Snug it up, put the bottom on. So there's one more bracket we're going to apply to give it that extra protection. As you notice, you're about halfway up, you have a wing nut and washer, lower wing nut and washer. So on this side of the door, once you close it and you add the wing nuts, then you put the final bracket on. You can't have this bracket on while the door is on the swing motion because it'll hit the bracket. So wait for the last bracket, would be the right side of the door or left side, depending on which swing your slider is. You see how easy that is? One last washer in the middle. We don't need to put a wing nut and washer at the top and bottom because we already have the hinge point holding the door at the top and bottom of this egress panel. So what Lucy Gold Home Solution brings to the table with this type of product is many factors. You have the wind, storm, debris, and water protection on your doors. We have the same type of product for your front entry, which is a half door. We can even design and fabricate this type of panel system for your windows. So here you go. You see how beautiful it is? This is powder coated. It matches the wall. So for HOA, for condo associations like this condo here, they wanted the panels to be white so it blends into the walls. Could this be left up? A lot of associations don't want you to leave up the panels because they're ugly. As you can see how clean this look is, this could be left up. It's not going to be an issue with your neighbors if you're gone a long time before you come back to remove your panels. You still have a nice look. Lucy Gold Home Solution has solved many, many problems in this storm type of situations now happening in Florida. Storms are coming in all different variations, from the wind, the breeze flying, water penetration. We've taken care of all of it. Give us a call at Lucy Gold, 508-759-7346, or look us up at lucygold.com. Again, Peter Luciani, it was a pleasure. If you have any questions, give us a call. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.